Today's sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to upstate New York and Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, set to get this one started. And off we go in Western New York. Oh! And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Now the first carry for the Rutgers Scarlet Knight, Isaiah Pacheco. He'll work forward for a couple. Eric Stokes, the corner, there on the stop.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Allen. Pass complete, right side to Kincaid. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
This is 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Allen. He's got his man. That's Kincaid. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big one there on 3rd down. Good for 26 yards.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
On 1st down, Allen to the left side. It's caught by Shakir. And he'll be out of bounds. There is a flag on the field. And let's see what caused it. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
To the air once more is Allen. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. And this will be incomplete.
I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Allen to throw on 3rd and long. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.
They'll run with the Boise State product, Ashton Genty. They'll stretch him out to the sideline, but he'll be taken down for a loss.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
And he'll be taken down. Do we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal?
And the Bills first down.
Alert,
First
alert,
and
alert.
goal at the 1-yard line.
Pacheco will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Jacoby Myers was the intended target. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers.
Brings up 3rd down.
3rd down coming up.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. And instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception.
He'll push this one downfield for Bowers. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Formation for the Raiders.
That is fielded at the 20. And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. First and 10 now from the 36. Off the play fake, it's Allen. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
It's a loss of 8.
That is Max Crosby getting to the quarterback there for his 8th sack of the year. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, Josh Allen. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And 18.
For whatever reason, when the ball was in the air, Mike, it seemed to me like he was almost having a little trouble tracking it. I'm not sure if that's what allowed the defender to catch back up, but ultimately it was the contact at the catch point that causes the incomplete, and now it's going to bring up 3rd and real long.
Moving outside the pocket. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 15 yards. Brings up 4th down.
Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Here's Corliss Waitman now. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. He'll return it from the 11.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
In motion, Besh. They'll start on the ground with Genchi. And they're going to get him down right at the 25. A gain of 14. Good for a quick 1st down.
That's good for a
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Taking off. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on 1st down. A pickup of 7.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
A loss of 3 yards.
So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. The Bills with the early advantage. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this.
Ready up!
3rd and 6. Bowers, the man in motion. On third down, they'll throw from the gun. He's going to look for the home run ball. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with it. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll look to throw. Now they'll set up the screen. It's Pittman out there wide. And he is out of bounds. Mark him at the 25. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Bowers, the man in motion. Here's a handoff to Genty. They will take this down right to the edge of the red zone. 21. That's Gregory Rousseau in on the stop.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll go again with Genty. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
He gets that complete to his tight end man. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10.
And the Raider first down. It's a gain of 3. And the Raider first down.
They'll run it straight ahead now with Genty. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
At the 16-yard line.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good 2nd down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately...
And he's in! Ashton Genty! Touchdown, Las Vegas. That touchdown, number 19 on the year.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Carlson able to knock through the extra point, and the Raiders will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, throw here. The pressure gets there, and down he goes.
It's a 10-yard loss. Brings up 2nd and 20. Has a 25.
To the air on 2nd down. Here's Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
3rd and long. Now Allen on the run to the right. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Here's Corliss Waitman now as he's on to punt for Buffalo. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
Let's go. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Oh, falling away. What a throw. He drops it in there. That is catch number 60 for the season.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Las Vegas.
Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play.
Down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Bills' 24-yard line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 19 Lions. Bravo 80. Warriors 17.
He'll drop to throw. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
And they'll get maybe a yard out of that, not nearly enough. It'll be 4th down. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming.
A 39-yard attempt.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And that is incomplete.
I think when that ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction because that defender got both hands on it but just couldn't come down with the pick.
On third down, it's Josh Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Big play there for the Bills. 35 yards. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Pass complete, right side to Kincaid. And he's in. What a drop. Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
They're on 35-yard line.
On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jack Best that time. And third down coming up.
So I don't hate the decision, Mike, but it just feels like he put a little too much air on that ball. It just took that ball way too much time to get to the open receiver. And when you hang a ball that long, the defenders at this level are just going to break and attack on that ball. And he's lucky that didn't end up going back the other direction.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball. And it is fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for the second time. And he steps into this one, gets off a big kick, angled for the sideline.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
On first down, Allen. That's going to be caught by Kincaid. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second. Clock is stopped for 26 seconds until the break.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ready? Half 85, half it.
To throw on first and 10, Allen. And this will be incomplete.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
56, 50. Hey, tight.
On second down, here's Allen. He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
That's good for Bills. First down. First and 10 at the 25.
First and 10.
Stop. 319. All 52. Five wide. Eller. Look out.
Allen to throw again. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down.
So something they teach these defenders, especially in the secondary, Mike, is to trust your eyes. Don't panic. Don't overcommit until you see where that ball is being thrown. And it's a great example here. The defender just trusting those eyes, breaking on the ball, and he almost comes away with the pick.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw again. That is caught. What a throw. Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Buffalo. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. He's up to 9 now on the year.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half. But everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock. And they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Not much there. Maybe a yard. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. Here's 2nd and 9. Now, faking the give. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Genty. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, it's Ashton Genty. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
So, Mike, there's this idea that every time a defense blitzes, it has to result in a sack. But there's a lot of other ways that you can impact the play, and we see it here. Get the ball out of the quarterback's hand, get it to the check down, and now you just need to rally tackle and bring them down for a loss.
This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. The Raiders have their punt team out there.
A.J. Cole in punt formation for the Raiders.
This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Well, that's That's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Once again, it's Pacheco. Not much happening there, just a short game.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8.
Middle. Half. 5 wide. Alert!
From the gun, here is Allen. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. That's big Christian Wilkins. He's able to force the big loss on the sack, and it sets up 3rd and long. From the gun, Josh Allen. He's got his man. That's Kincaid. And he will score again. Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Bills. 3 touchdowns for him now in this one. And he's up to 10 on the year. Now Bass to tack on the extra point. He's got it. And the Bills will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
Bills 28, Raiders 10. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return is Dylan Lowry. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. They'll try to set up the screen to Genty. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Give them 14 on that play. 1 first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Raiders.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He's across midfield. Now inside the 25. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15. A big-time play for Vegas. A gain of 48.
Las Vegas, first down.
Still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Run right up the gut with Genty. And he is planted backfield. Defenders crashing through. Blow up that play behind the line.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Flush to his right. To the right side. Hauled in by Myers.
Well, I can promise you one thing. That's certainly not how that play was drawn up. I thought he did a nice job initially buying about as much time as he could, but realized there was nothing downfield developing, and he had to throw it short and didn't get anything positive.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Raiders are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This returnable from the 4. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
What's that?
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. He's to midfield. And he is finally taken down inside the 40-yard line. A huge run from Pacheco. 42 yards. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
He'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
The tackle by Jordan Fuller. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Raiders' 34-yard line.
Ready? 56, 56. Look out.
Now a give up the middle. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Tyree Wilson on the stop. No gain on
So
the play.
we are
It's
through
3rd
3.
down and 6.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down.
Look out.
From the gun, throw here for Allen. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Incomplete.
On 4th down, Tyler Bass now for the Bills field goal. This one from 52 yards away. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Their own 35-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's into the hands of the fullback. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
And the Raider 1st down. It's a gain of 17 yards.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. He'll complete that. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Bills signal that they have it, and they do. And so much for a nice gain through the passing game. Not finishing the play, fumbling the football, and the offense has turned it over, Greg.
Mike, give credit to the defender here for not quitting on this play. They just give up a chunk play in the passing game. He stays after it, and instead of just making a simple tackle, he attacks the ball, knocks it loose, and creates a big takeaway for this defense.
Inside the 20. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, Buffalo. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Mix the score. Bills 38, Raiders 13. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This one is going to sail through the end zone
The
for a
Raiders take over
touchdown.
first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Ready, ready. Warriors 7, Bravo 80. 19, Tiger 19.
On the handoff, this is Genty. How about that? A quarterback able to spot the ball on the ground, gets on it, and keeps it for the offense.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
They'll look to throw. This throw right side, pulled in by Pittman. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Set to go now on first and 10.
First and 10 at the 40.
Back to throw. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete.
At this point in the game, you find yourself trailing by this amount. It just feels like, why not, right? Just continue to test this defense, see if you can get something going in the downfield passing game. And nice job by the secondary, understanding what's coming, understanding the offense. They really have nothing to lose.
That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Christian Benford. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick six for touchdown. Well, they had a big hole to climb out of, and now it is even bigger. Greg, the defense was waiting for it, feasts on it, and they get to celebrate with a pick six.
Well, a very fitting way for this one to come to an end here, Mike. This has been a completely dominant defensive performance. This pick six here in the fourth quarter ends what has been a total runaway.
13.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Set. 60, Dragon 6, 18, Pioneer. Check out.
Right back to the air following that pick six. Now he throws back over the middle. It is complete. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game. By any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
Let's go now. 70 Lion, 19 tight, 19 tight. Warriors 70. 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
They'll look to throw here on first down. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Bishop on the cover.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming. and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Second and 10.
Hiking 18. 79 Broncos.
He'll drop to throw. He'll get this off to Genty. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Buffalo 18.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man. That's Best. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
First and 10 at the 18-yard
So
line.
they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18. They run out of the gun with Genty. And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line.
That's another Raiders first down. First down.
Now they'll set up to throw. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And for a third time today, he's intercepted. And the Bills will take over at their own 14-yard line.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for 6, but in this case, you come away with 0.
They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll run right side with Pacheco. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 33-yard line.
It is second and 9. They'll run it straight ahead with Pacheco. And he will have the first down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
First down.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it. You know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Looking downfield for Coleman. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Fuller. And the Raiders are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
First and
Even though that interception, it probably won't have much of an impact on the outcome of the game, but at least defensively it gives them something positive to build off of, because up until that point, this game's been a struggle.
Quick throw. Here's Bench on the RPO. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Brings up second and 1 at the 33-yard line.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down. And that'll move the sticks. First down. Up to the 40.
A gain of 6. And the Raider.
So it's a win here for the Bills. They bounced back from the loss last week. Going to put in a determined effort to come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.